Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
What's up? It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go!
Bam, 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 bam.
Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always,
I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Lydia, aka Mama Lou.
Welcome back.
Is still sick, but that's because we're recording a bunch of episodes on the same day. So she's not been sick for months on end.
Yes.
Hopefully
yes.
not,
Yes.
unless
That
the
would be
future is
terrible.
off. But yes.
Knock
Anyway,
on
so
wood.
she hopefully will be back next time. But yes, welcome back, as Sophia has said. You're this way.
And do you know what we're going to be talking about today, guys?
What will we be talking about?
We're going to be talking about
take it away.
5 bad boys with the power to rock you, blowing your mind. So you got to get into 5. What you waiting for? If you want a 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, let's do it.
Woo! Look at us.
So Lydia assures us that we have not talked about 5 before. I thought we have in our 200 and some odd episodes. We've definitely talked about them a little bit when we talked about British boy bands.
Yeah, I don't think we did a
definitely
full
done an
episode on
album
them.
review.
We'll
Sorry?
start one at a time. Sophia first, then Chinzia.
Sorry, I don't think we did a full like on them, like an episode about them, talking how they are. We just did like album reviews. One album
Believe
review.
So. I didn't see anything. If so, it has been so long that we have forgotten about it. So you have also forgotten about it. If
So-
we did do one,
Yeah, we did do one album review, and I remember because Diane hated it, which was surprising. I'm like, this is 5. Oh my god! Like, how do you get 5? But yeah.
And then some of the videos we also were talking about in the album review because it was kind of weird. Some of them. Yes.
So in case you are wondering how far back we did this album review, this is episode 234. We
Sorry.
did it episode 88.
Oh wow!
So it is called 5 Debut Album Review. So
It's been a
over
while.
2 years ago.
Okay.
Probably closer to 3. So
I felt 5 deserves our own episode, which is
do.
why
We have
are
talked
talking
about them a
it.
bit. They were a band that Lydia and I did follow quite a bit in when we were in high school. Sophia, were you a 5 fan or?
I do recall them because they were on YTV. That's how I know them.
That's how
On the
we
hit
knew it.
list.
Yes.
YTV's hit list in Canada.
Yes.
That's right. Also,
With Dan the Man. No,
And Snit.
it's not. It's Dan.
Oh,
Oh.
Tarzan Dan.
Tarzan,
Yes.
yeah. That's right. That's right.
Boo. I started watching after Tarzan Dan left. It was more like Ashna and Leslie and Exam.
Leslie, yeah. I remember Tarzan Dan. I used to watch with Tarzan, yeah.
I remember
And Leslie.
because she had her own music video. and it was
Yeah, yeah.
like, so
Yes.
good.
I think I recall all of them because I used to watch it all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
So there was this, what was she, a PJ, program jockey, DJ?
Yeah,
I don't know.
PJ.
Her name
They're
was
called
Yeah.
PJs.
Ashna. She was Canadian. She had a song, and I believe it was called Aya.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was like, she's Indian.
right?
Like,
No, it was Aya, Aya,
Oh, okay.
Aya,
But
Aya.
then-
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
it switched to swing your partner do-si-do, da-da-da-da, and just say yo.
It
And
was
it was,
awful.
you got
Oh, okay. I don't recall this one.
You
Sorry.
in the groove, you can move. Yeah, it was. It was like a mix of like.
literally like 3 or 4 songs in one song. And we're just like, what the hell is this song? And they're like,
Maybe she's like go big or go home, like go home or
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
guess.
How does that saying goes? Go big or go home?
But we were at my mom's hairdresser's the one time, and we were watching like basic cable, like some Toronto thing, and they're like, "Oh, we're so excited that Ashna has made this song. This is the debut of this song." So they played the song, and we're like, "What the heck is going on in this?" And then they're like, "Wasn't that a great song?" And Lydia and I were like, "What the fuck?" Like, you know what? That's so great. We're gonna play it again. And then they played it again, and I was like, "What is happening right now?"
Wow,
I wonder if it's on YouTube.
maybe
Okay, anyways, that has literally nothing to do with boy bands at all.
nothing at all.
The only option is she was once one of the hosts on YTV's hit list. So,
Which is
Anyways,
where we
that
got all of
was-
our music.
so
That and Much Music. Those were the
That's
2 channels.
That's true. This was before the internet, guys. You have to understand. This is
The hit list was the best. Like, had so many good interviews. New bands came out. You always heard Backstreet Boys and Sync.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So hit list was once a week, and it would do a countdown. Was it top 30 or top 10?
I think it was top 30.
And they would play all the music videos and stuff like that. We also had Much Music, and that they had a daily countdown as well on there. So that's kind of like your MTV, VH, like that.
And it had like music videos playing a lot. It had like, I think it was like Much Music video countdown or something like that.
Yeah, we had a bunch of those things. Yes, so. Oh, I forgot to mention, by the way, that Lydia and I were on a podcast a few weeks ago, which I feel we forgot to share, so we should probably do that. We
definitely need to do that, yeah.
It was called Days of the New, so DAYZ.
Oh, yeah, how did that go?
It was so much fun.
And it is a new metal podcast. So you're like, why the hell do they reach out to boy bands? So they were actually talking about the era of time on MTV, which we're like, ha ha ha, we weren't actually watching MTV because we're in Canada. But anyways, it was about how at that time it was new metal versus like boy bands and Britney and Christina. So for anyone who doesn't know what new metal is, because we certainly did not.
I did.
Okay, apparently Lydia did.
It was Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
I did the rap while we were on the podcast.
Lydia
wasn't that like Papa Roach as well? Papa Roach?
Yes. So like Slipknot, things like that. So all those bands that came out at that time.
I don't remember.
That's new metal.
Yeah.
What was that one that you saw? And it was like a one name, but it was like a different name. And then we were like laughing about it because we thought it was one name, but it was something else.
Insane Clown Posse?
Yes, that, yeah.
Okay.
And then it was something else though. And then we're like, no, it's Clown Posse. And then we were dying of laughter because someone was like saying, no, it's this.
Lydia, probably.
Yeah.
I vaguely recall this, but yes. But anyways, so we had these two gentlemen, Nick and Kevin, who are not boy band members.
Did you tell them?
You did.
We did at the end. I said, like a very popular boy band name you got going on there, both of you. So, so it was actually a really fun interview. So it is up on anywhere you listen to podcasts. They do not have YouTube. So, but we will.
I think
how long is it? Is it an hour?
It's not an hour. Actually, I did listen to it. They did cut out parts. So like we talked about Serial Joe at one point. They cut that part out. They cut out a couple of things, but for the most part, like it was, I don't think it was supposed to be an hour, but you know how we are when we talk and it kind of just went over. So it was a lot of fun.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
I think we are allowed to post on our socials. I'm just not sure.
I think we are actually. So
yeah. Did he send it to us?
I believe it's in our email, so we should go check it out. So
I should go check it. Yeah.
But maybe we'll post it as a bonus.
Yeah, why not?
So anyways, that has literally nothing at all to do with today's episode at all. So reeling us back on course, as always, over the 7-minute mark. Have not actually started talking about the episode.
Yeah.
Today we are talking about the British boy band Five.
Because you sang it, so we should remember that we sang the song. Yeah, Five.
So we are going to do our time-honored tradition of a Wikipedia read-through.
Yes.
But to add a little bit of credibility to this, I recalled, because and Wikipedia obviously is, I personally use it all the time, and I also am one of those nerds that actually pay money sometimes to support them.
I do use it, but I don't pay the money.
I know, and I'm just like, I feel like I did it once, and then they're like, this fool has given us money.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
I know, and then you feel guilty and you feel bad for them, but Anyways, what I recalled was that I have this book.
Yes.
We kind of did a brief thing a few episodes back.
We talked about what's
the book called?
We talked about the history of boy bands.
So this is it's
in
called
that
Larger
chapter.
Than Life: A History of Boy Bands by Maria Sherman. So if you want to go back to our episode on this, we just barely touched on this book. We just did like the little timeline.
And the author liked and retweeted us.
Yes.
Oh, hooray.
Yes, so that is Maria Sherman. It's very cute.
We got to have her on the show.
Cute little things in here. So we may refer, there's cartoons.
Yeah, we should do another episode with that. Put it on the list if we don't have it on the list.
So we have that. So anyway, so if you want to read that episode, that was a couple months ago. So that's episode 221. Larger Than Life, A History of Boy Bands book by Maria Sherman. So what I remembered is that she has a little index at the back that has all like the little boy bands. So I looked up for five for the reference. So so five is the number 5, IVE, so 5. Now they kind of go with 5 with just an F, but there. So I will read it. So they are mentioned in the timeline. So it says, in 1997, over in the UK, 5, stylized as 5 IVE, gears up for English domination. So according to Maria, 1997 is when they came out. And then there's a little section here that has like all different boy banders. And this section is actually called, un momento por favor. I think it's just them going through all the different boy bands. And it just
Which
kind
is
of like,
interesting.
so it's like alphabetized, I think, about boy bands. And then it's, yeah.
And then like a
Boy
breakdown of
band
the members.
explosion, 98 Degrees O-Town, B2K, and the groups of yesteryear. So that's the little section that it's in. So it says 5. So in brackets beside it, it says 1997 to 2001. So that was like their first section. Then 2006 to 2007. And then 2013 to question mark. So it looks like they're still doing stuff now, or at least whenever this book was published, which I believe was 2020.
I think the 3 of them were doing stuff, no? Or was that S Club 7? I don't know.
Yeah, no, they do things.
S Club is still doing stuff.
S Club 7 is reuniting, guys. So
Yeah, 25th anniversary, right?
yes, so that's exciting. So far, it appears to only be in the UK, but hopefully they will do something in North America.
And they were also on either the hit list or Much Music.
They were.
They were on the hit list because there ain't no party like an S Club party.
Yes, but I remember watching their show on Much Music.
Yes, their show was also
Yes.
Much Music.
That's
Yes.
right.
It was a cute, cheesy show. I wonder if that's on any of the streaming sites.
Oh, I don't know. If it is, put it on the list.
Like,
I was gonna say I'll put it on the list.
well, they're technically boy band adjacent, though. 'cause-
They're I agree. They're boy band adjacent.
All right. Anyways, back to 5.
Yes, please.
Who doesn't love a boy band name that requires no deciphering? On the nose, the lot of them. 5. I don't know what that means. The London-based group had 5 members: Richie Neville, Scott Robinson, Richard Aberdeen, Abs Love, Brian, Jay Brown, and Sean Conlon. The boy band hit the scene right after Take That disbanded and quickly occupied the space Robbie Williams and crew left vacant. Christianed the Spice Boys. I've never heard that, but okay.
No.
They shared a team with the Spice Girls. That's true. Safe management.
What do you mean? Time out. They shared a team. What do you mean?
Management.
They were managed by the Spice Girls managers.
I didn't know that. Was it Simon Cowell?
No.
No, the like Scott Fuller, I think.
Chris and Bob Herbert.
Oh, I thought it was Scott Fuller.
The latter of whom signed the group after they responded to a casting call. Okay, so I guess 5 was also put together. Interesting.
Interesting how all the boy bands were put together, eh?
Auditions, baby. You got to go out to these auditions.
That's right.
True.
That's how they bonded. That's why you got to be like bonding. No wars here.
In one of our previous episodes, that's how Trevor got into the band because he almost didn't even go to the audition and then
Yeah.
went.
See?
There you go. 5 worked with Max Martin.
Oh
and
yeah.
Dennis Pop.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yes.
In that regard, they were like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, but they altered the Swede pop sound by throwing in hip hop elements, foreshadowing future boy bands' hybrid approach to the genre.
That's good.
It's fair.
Then he says, were they a one-hit wonder? What do you think the answer's going to be?
I personally think no, but
No, because didn't they have like 2 albums?
They had a few albums, yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like I don't think they had a sophomore slump. So I'm going to say no.
Okay. So Maria Sherman also says nope.
good.
Fans of 5 love a handful of their tracks and not just the ones that charted either. Like When the Lights Go Out and Slam Dunk Funk.
Yes.
Slam dunk.
There you go. That's the 5 section of this.
Ooh.
All right.
All right. So now I shall share the Wikipedia page.
Mm-hmm.
and we shall go through that. Now, Sophia, did you ever see Five in concert?
No, but I did like their songs.
Okay.
We saw them in concert.
We did at Psychoblast.
Or as PJ Phil likes to say, psycho shit, when he was drunk on the sidewalk of Toronto.
Also, I do want to say, since it's like 97, I wasn't allowed to go to concerts unless it was with my cousin.
Yes.
Or yes, because I was allowed to stay in and watch TV. That's why I would be able to watch Intimate Interactive on Much Music, YTV Hit List,
and all that jazz. I have to say, I believe Five only came to Canada the one time that we saw them. But I could be incorrect on that. I don't know if it's going to tell us. But so when we went to go see them, it was at Canada's Wonderland, and YTV was hosting like a concert called Psychoblast, or as Lydia so aptly said, so they used to have PJs, and they would like introduce like the music program jockeys. So they had this one, PJ Phil, and I was camping out at Much Music once for, I want to say the MMVAs or possibly the Spice Girls. I can't remember. I camped out a few times, and he walked by at like 2:00 in the morning, drunk with two women, and they're like, "Oh, hey Phil, we saw you at Psychoblast." And he's like, "Psychoblast? More like psycho shit." And I'm like,
okay.
Never meet your heroes, guys.
Yes, true.
Well, especially when they're drunk, because they tell the truth when they're drinking.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Lydia, you came to that concert, right?
Yes, I did. We made sexy posters.
So we had Billy Crawford, who sang Urgently in Love, and then somebody else, and then Five.
That's right.
Was the headliners. And fun story about this is that we used to get British magazines. And one time, one of the magazines had an interview with like Jay from Five, and he said, sometimes I just like to go to the beach and drop my kecks and stand there.
I remember this story. Yeah.
So we're like, clearly kecks means pants. Okay, so he likes to stand in his underwear on the beach. Not the case, guys. Not the case. So we made these signs. So like, because Gina came with us because she was a huge Five fan as well, and we had like England, thank you for Five, or like all these signs. And we had like glitter and shit. And then we had one that said Five, drop your kecks. So we were like 10th row at this Psychoblast thing. And I also had a sign for Billy Crawford because I felt bad for him. So when he sang Urgently in Love, I held the sign. He's like, you know it.
That was cute.
I'm like, oh God, I'm not a Billy Crawford fan, I swear.
I know.
But anyway, so we were like 10th row center, whatever. So like concert starting, we're now like standing on our like foldable chairs and trying not to fall off.
Yeah.
But we end up holding up this Five drop your keck sign, and then I think Sean saw it first and like pointed at it, and then like nudged Abs and then Jay, and then they were all like looking and smiling and waving and blowing us kisses. We're like, oh my God, they love our sign. It's great. So we're like, that's so fun. What a fun thing. Until several years later, I ran into a girl from England, and I had said this, and she's like, you do know what kecks mean? We're like, yeah. Like, you know, I'm like, yes, pants. And I was like, yeah, pants. And she's like, no, pants in England is underwear. So you told them to drop their underwear.
Whoopsie.
Oh, God. So just some dumbass 15-year-olds like holding up a sign saying like, get naked on stage, like, and show, as Lydia always says, show us your wang.
That's where it all began, guys.
To be fair, how are you supposed to know? You're not British.
Early internet. There wasn't a lot.
Yes.
You had Ask Jeeves. I'm not asking Jeeves what kecks are. Like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what's going to come up after that.
Oh, Jesus. But yes, those British magazines definitely had a little more details and things that the North American pop ones did not.
Yeah,
I'm sure
agreed.
they would never have posted something like that. But
No.
anyways, that is our one claim to fame with Five, the one time we saw them. And then I think it was a TV special, so I don't know if you had seen it or whatever, but anyways, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are now looking at Five, the group, also known as Five with a F. They are from London, United Kingdom. They are pop and dance pop genre. They were active 97 to 2001. 2006, 2007, and 2013 to present, which is exactly what Maria said. They were under BMG, RCA, and Arista. Current members are Richie Neville, Scott Robinson, and Sean Conlon. Past members are Jay Brown and Abs Love, but at the time he went by Abs Brian, and Abs with an S instead of a Z. And apparently they have a webpage. Okay. Did you want me to read, Lydia, or do you want to read?
No, you read. You do. Okay. You read, and then when you start choking,
read until I choke, and then you take over. Is that how we're gonna?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's fair.
Five are a British boy band from London, consisting of members Sean Conlon, Richie Neville, and Scott Robinson. They were formed in 1997 by the same team that managed the Spice Girls before they launched their career. The group were mostly known as a five-piece consisting of Robinson, Neville, Conlon, Abs Love, and Jason J. Brown. Five enjoyed moderate success worldwide. Ouch.
Ouchie.
Moderate.
Yeah.
Particularly in their native United Kingdom, as well as most of Europe and Asia. Really? No North America thing, eh? According to the British Phonographic Industry, BPI, Five has been certified 1.6 million albums and 2.8 million singles in the UK. The group sold around 20 million copies worldwide.
That's good. That's not moderate.
Sorry?
How's that moderate? 1 million? That's fantastic.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good numbers, yeah. They split up on September 27th, 2001. That's a very specific date. Like, did something happen?
That is, yeah.
They had a steak dinner. Like, you know what? I don't care for you, Abs.
I don't like you guys. Like, what? Okay. Robinson, Love, Neville, and Brown briefly reformed the group without Conlon, so that's Sean, who departed before their 2001 split in September 2006, so that's 5 years later, with a new management team headed by their music manager, Richard Beck. 8 months later, having secured a lucrative tour, but failing to gain enough record company interest, Five made an announcement via their official website they would again disband. So did they end up going on the tour, do you think? Or do you think they disbanded? Okay.
That sucks.
In 2012, the group announced that they were planning another reunion, this time with Sean on board. Lead singer Jay Brown initially agreed to take part in the reunion, but later changed his mind, claiming he no longer wanted to be in the public eye. The group continued with only 4 members, but decided to keep the name Five. Alongside Blue, 911, Atomic Kitten, Bewitched, Honeys, and Liberty X, Five were featured. Yes, this was it. I do remember this, but I never watched it. Five was featured in the ITV2's documentary series, The Big Reunion, which began airing on 31st of January, 2013. This was followed by a comeback performance. So, if I'm not mistaken, the show had, they just kind of reunited bands.
Okay.
In the UK. And
what's it called?
So it's called The Big Reunion. I'm just going to open this up really quick, another page.
I'm going to add this to our list.
So The Big Reunion, I'm just going to take a sidebar here, is a British reality documentary series that began airing on January 31st, 2013. The show featured chart-topping bands who were big in the UK pop music scene between the 90s and early 2000s, and the program followed them as they reunited for the first time in a decade and went through their first 2 weeks of intensive rehearsals before finally stepping back on stage for a comeback performance. It featured Five, blah, 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 a bunch of other things. Then there was another mini-series entitled Reunion on Tour that followed groups embarking on their arena tour and behind-the-scenes action.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Yes. So it's a long-ass thing. But essentially they're in the first season or series, and it's without Jay. So.
Wait, in both of those shows?
This is the show, yeah. So.
Oh, you said that there was like two shows. One was
I don't think they're on the second show.
Oh, okay. Why'd they mention it? Wait.
Because it was like a series they did.
Okay, so The Big Reunion was the show.
Big Reunion was the show.
Was the other show had other boy bands or no?
That Big Reunion on Tour was not seen by as many people, and then not that many people watched series 2. So.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so The Big Reunion is one thing, and The Big Reunion on Tour is another show. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes. But it's all like kind of together. So we will see if that exists. If it exists, we will watch it and report on it in a future episode. But
yeah, I am putting it in the doc.
All right.
Put it on the list.
Back to this. I do remember this briefly when this was happening. But
I don't recall.
You're not in the UK, so we didn't have access to the show.
No, we didn't.
Okay. So this reunion show was followed by a comeback performance at the Hammerstein Apollo on February 26, 2013, and an arena tour around the UK and Ireland in May, which was their first ever tour without Jay.
Wow.
In November, December 2013, Five headlined their own tour, the Five Greatest Hits Tour, their first solo tour as a four-piece. In August 2014, Love, so that's Abs, announced his departure from the band via a tweet.
Ooh.
Leaving Connellan, Neville, and Robinson to continue on as a trio.
So he didn't even tell the band? He told
I feel like you
okay.
can't just, goodbye.
Wait, so it's like mid-tour, he's like, peace out. He's at
Like,
a
I'm
Denny's
done.
texting.
Well, no, it looks like the tour was in November, December 2013, and he left in August 2014.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, I guess that's something.
In 2021, Five officially released their first single in 20 years.
Ooh.
Keep on Moving. 21
Did we
remix.
listen to that? I feel like we listened
I
and we didn't
think
like
we
it.
did, and we did not like it.
Yeah,
If
I don't think we liked
recall
it.
correctly, but I could be wrong.
I feel like it was like
'Cause
a
I feel like they
country
released two
sound, maybe.
singles.
You're both talking at the same time, one at a time. Sophia for Ascensions, yeah.
I think it was like a genre that was like, it was too slow, was country-ish, something like that.
I don't think it was country. I just think it was really slow. And I'm like, when you do a remix, shouldn't it be faster? I can't.
Yeah,
recall.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I feel like they had two songs that came out within like 2 weeks of each other. I don't know. Well, let me continue to read and see what it says.
Yes.
They released it in June, following by Making Me Fall and Shangri-La in August 2021, then Reset and Warm Light in October 2021. A single titled Time was released November 21. In December 2021, Five officially announced a release date of January 28th, 2022 for their long-awaited fourth album, Time. So we have not reviewed that, so maybe we should.
I didn't even know it was out.
Time? Okay.
Time, it came out January 2022, so it's just
Is
been
this
out.
on the list already, or should I not put it on the list?
It might be on the list. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so now we are going into the backstory of Five.
Ooh, okay.
All right, career. 1997 to 1998, formation and Five. In 1997, an advertisement was placed in the UK performing arts newspaper The Stage, asking for young male singer-dancers to audition for a boy band style group with attitude and edge.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Didn't their managers die in a car accident? Or am I crazy?
What?
You know what? I'm just going to read and see what it tells me. I could just be.
I don't remember that. But
Okay,
it's
Bob
possible.
and Chris Herbert, the two men who had earlier created the Spice Girls, thought that the time was right for a male group. Over 3,000 hopefuls auditioned. So I feel like that's more than what auditioned for making the band.
Wow.
That's
Damn.
a lot, man.
That's a lot.
Including Russell Brand. What?
That would have been weird.
Yeah, interesting. Who performed Extreme Song More Than Words for the judges. They were finally narrowed down to only 14, 5 of whom arranged themselves into a group while waiting for their audition. The auditions resulted in a provisional casting of 9 members. Richard Breen, better known as Abs Love, Richie Neville, Scott Robinson, Sean Conlon, Jay Brown, and standby members Peter Cheshire, Paul Taylor, Anthony Baker, who was a rapper, and Rick Hershon. Because his first name was Richard, Breen created the nickname Abs. Oh, okay. Oh, from his middle name Abedin. Yes.
Yes, I know. I love it.
Another side note, Lydia once wrote a story about the olden days, and she had this child.
It was
named
for
Abedin.
English class. Okay, it was for English class, and it was about colonial times and about how like the red coats versus the blue coats. You had to write like on the perspective of like a red coat who was like a British sympathizer. So I was like, okay, I'll just write about the only person I know who's British, who I care about is Abs. so I wrote about abs.
So I believe the highlight of Lydia's story was that Avedon was beaten, whacked, and tied to a tree.
Yes.
Wow.
That's the only thing I remember from this. But we also did that thing, where you like print out the paper and then you put tea on it and then you iron it. So it's like
you print it later. You do the tea first.
Yeah, sorry. You do the tea part first. You iron it so it's flat and dry. Then you print it and then you like burn the edges.
Yes.
We did that
to make it look like an ancient
bonus marks, baby.
Yeah,
So
I think I got like 100%.
How did you do? Did you do well on that?
I got like 100%. I was like,
Okay, good.
even though it was stupid.
Like me and mom were like pissing our pants. We're like, what the hell are you talking about? Beaten, whacked, and tied to a tree.
At least the teacher enjoyed the story?
Exactly.
Because the teacher could be like, oh my gosh, this girl doesn't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, so I was building a narrative, Chinzia. I'm a writer. Look it up. It was rough.
Anyways, that has nothing to do with 5, so I'm just
nothing. Well, it does, but not how they it. My perception in an English class has nothing to do with this Wikipedia article.
Yes.
Please continue.
Okay. So he created abs to avoid confusion with Neville. Oh, right, because the other
They're
guy
both
is
rich.
Richie. Right, that makes sense. So Richard Neville Dobson is his name originally. Is his actual name. I don't know why I said originally, but yes. Kind of like when Stever went by Stever and Serial Joe. Haven't mentioned them in a while.
That's true. They were both named Ryan.
2 Ryans. Can't have 2 of them. It's confusing to teenage girls.
It's true.
Okay, so Cheshire and Taylor were later cut when the final 5 were chosen May 1997, and Hershin could not attend the final selection. Can you imagine not? I'm like, oh, I'm busy. I can't come to the selection. Oh, okay, bye. You're out of the boy band.
Yeah.
Baker made it to the band originally, but doubt was cast over his rapping style as his Northeast accent came through. So was there 6 of them? I guess. I don't know. The group were subsequently signed by
Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell. That's
Yay.
right. At BMG/RCA for a 6-album deal. That seems like a lot of albums.
Yeah.
Whoa.
5 practiced and demoed their work at Trinity Studios in Knapp Hill, the same place the Spice Girls did a few years previously. In November 1997, 5 released their debut single, Slam Dunk the Funk, which debuted at number 10 on the UK singles chart. The song was also released in the US in 1998, but had very little chart success. That's sad.
That is sad.
Yeah.
It reached number 86 on the Billboard Hot 100, although it was chosen to be the NBA's new theme song. Oh, I didn't know that.
That's cool.
Cool.
In 1998, 5 earned their first major international hit, When the Lights Go Out. That is
Baby, when the lights go
up.
Which cracked the US top 10 and entered gold status there soon after. 5 then went on an 8-day tour to promote the upcoming album, appearing in a concert special for the Disney Channel. Always a good, smart move for a boy bander.
Yep.
Good marketing. Good marketing.
With British girl group Bewitched. Do you guys remember Bewitched?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bewitched.
Hey, boy, sitting in a tree. Mama
That was such a good
come
song.
for tea. Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay. In Times Square in New York City and on MTV's TRL.
Wow.
The debut album 5 peaked at number 27 in the US top Billboard 200 and topped the charts in other countries worldwide, including the UK. A lesser known fact is that there was a 6th member of the group 5, Danny Want. Did not know that either. So is this
Danny didn't want him.
Nope. Exactly.
This guy
Exactly.
was released pre-signing of the first album deal for reasons unknown to him.
Wow.
The dispute
sad.
remains unsettled to this day.
Wow.
Oh.
So I don't understand this. So they have this Baker guy, and then they also have Danny Want. I don't know. This is confusing. Anyways,
Wow.
they were not in the band. Danny don't want. It's the Things You Do.
Yeah.
It's the Things You
Things
Do.
you do.
It's a good one.
Was released in late 1998 in the US, only to receive lukewarm reception.
Ugh.
What the heck, America?
It was a
These are
slow
damn good
song.
songs.
It's a slow song. It's a good song.
It
but
is
it's a slow
slow.
song.
Yes, that's true. The group embarked on a U.S. tour with the American boy band NSYNC.
Wow.
But we never got to see them because
Interesting. They're in Europe, probably, right?
and we never got to see Bewitched at our show either. We got Tatiana Ali.
Yeah,
instead.
we did.
Yes. I guess some sort of, I don't know if it was like a customs thing or whatever. But they soon after pulled out due to exhaustion. These British boy bands are not made like the American.
Well, to be fair, it's a lot.
That
It's
is a lot. Yes,
Big
it is
ass.
crazy. Flying back to England to rest and start work on a new album. Still, from the first album, Got the Feeling.
They're exhausted. Let's go do another album.
album.
Let's do more album. I don't know.
Isn't that also a lot of work?
Yes.
You know what,
Yeah.
man? I feel like if we ever talk to Lance, we should ask him about this.
Mm.
Why would Lance know about
Why-
5?
Because he was in NSYNC, and it said that 5 opened for NSYNC.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. You know what? It was probably sorry. I think you and
They
Sophia were talking.
embarked on a U.S. tour with American boy band NSYNC, but pulled
Ah.
out due to exhaustion.
Okay, that's okay. Got it. Sorry. Okay, please
So I'm
continue.
wondering if it was actually exhaustion, or you know who would know this? Chris and Joey at 90s Con.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
keep this in our mind to ask them.
Okay.
Icebreaker.
Hey, what happened with 5 when they opened for you on tour?
In 1997.
1998.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
anyways.
what's going on? How do you remember this?
Yeah.
Okay, so from the first album, Got the Feeling, Everybody Get Up, and Until the Time Is Through. These are all fucking excellent songs.
Yeah, good.
They were released as singles in the UK throughout 1998. 5 reached top 5 in several countries around the world, and the latter 2 singles each rose to number 2 spot in the UK. A significant element in 5's popularity was the resemblance to groups such as New Kids on the Block, East 17, the Backstreet Boys, and NSYNC. We don't know East 17, Lydia, in case you're confused.
I don't know there. Sorry.
Yes. I think they're a British one. In their up-tempo musical style and street image, in contrast to Take That, Boyzone, and 90 Degrees, who at the time were primarily known for their ballads. 5 also wrote or co-wrote almost all of their songs, something boy bands have never done much of until then.
Yeah.
True, very true. According to Cowell, 5 almost broke the US. Unfortunately, they made some bad decisions.
Oh.
When Cowell heard Baby One More Time, he wanted 5 to have it. What?
No.
Britney
Ooh,
Spears, Baby One More Time?
No, dude.
that's crazy.
But writer Max Martin had given it to Britney Spears. 5 were later, 5 were later offered Bye Bye Bye.
Yes. Remember we heard about that when JC's
When
episode
JC
of
was on
Frost.
Lance's podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
But hearing the song, they turned it down and dissed it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Then they went out to Sweden a few weeks later to record a song, which they famously turned. They had went out to Sweden a few weeks later to record a song. This is a quote that they famously turned down called "Bye Bye Bye," and it was really "Bye Bye Bye" after that. They would have had been the record that broke them. I would have broken that band. Cowell says, "I don't know, man. I don't know if they could have done Bye Bye Bye."
Yeah.
No, it
But
didn't
like
make
at the
sense.
time, now we're saying it because it's obviously synonymous with NSYNC. But if
Yeah, that's
5
true.
had it, I feel like we would have liked with 5 as well. I don't know.
It made more sense for NSYNC to have it because of the breakup with Lou. It wouldn't have been
Yeah.
more impactful, right? Yeah.
True. But I
also,
feel like
5, I really liked all their songs anyways, and I feel like that suited them. So I don't know
Yeah.
if Bye 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 would have.
It wouldn't have. No.
Yeah.
Okay, 1999 to 2000, we've gone ahead. Invincible. In August 1999, the first single of their second album, Invincible, If You're Getting Down.
now, baby, I want it now.
baby.
Baby.
That was good.
That was a good one.
That is a good one. It was released and became a major hit worldwide, but yet again failed to go to number 1 in their home country. Kept out of the top spot by Ricky Martin.
That sucks.
That's a hard one.
Finally, in October 1999, after 3 consecutive number 2 peaks, Keep On Moving, became their first UK number 1, as well as their biggest selling single to date.
That one?
Interesting.
That's dumb. Okay.
The second album hit the top 5 shortly thereafter. Don't Want to Let You Go was released in early March 2000, peaking at number 9. On March 3rd, 2005 opened at the Brit Awards with rock legends Queen performing an updated version of the band's We Will Rock You. That night, Five won their first Brit Award as Best Pop Act, and their cover of the Queen song went on to become their second number 1 in the UK in July 2000.
Wow.
So cover had to
Interesting.
Wow. Okay.
The first half of 2000 found Five on a successful world tour, performing concerts in UK, Europe, Russia, Australasia, and, as a foursome, South America after Richie Neville contracted chickenpox.
Oh,
Wow.
And had to be flown back to England. Wow.
Poor
Can you
guy.
imagine getting chickenpox in your like 20s?
Oh, that sucks, man.
Lydia had it when she was 14 and it was
Yeah, I
like,
had it in grade 9. It was awful. Yeah.
yes. Okay. After finishing the tour, Five continued to perform at many concerts in the UK, including Party in the Park with Queen, a reissue of Invincible, including remixed versions of a couple of songs, and 5 live tracks from their tour, as well as the bonus track, Don't Fight It, Baby. Due for release in July 2000 in the US, the song was pulled from release after the group was dropped by their stateside label, Arista Records.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Five also had problems with their Asian record company and subsequently canceled their Asian tour.
Oof.
Suffering
Does
from
it
this
say
major
why?
blow- No, it doesn't say.
Mm.
Suffering from this major blow, the lads headed back to the studio and started writing songs for their next album. They continued to win awards in the UK and Europe, and in December 2000, launched their second big tour in their home country.
Okay. I mean, that's good news.
Mm-hmm.
But then what happened?
But then 2001, King Size, Conlon's departure, and split. In January 2001, Five went on to perform at one of the biggest festivals in the world, Rock in Rio. That is a big festival. In Rio de Janeiro, to an audience of almost 500,000 people.
Shit.
Jeez. In May 2001, after many months of creative writing and developing their own personal sound, King Size was completed. When it was time to begin filming the video for their first single of the album, however, Conlon was unable to appear. Oh no, that's sad. Oh, I feel okay.
Read it.
As he was suffering from a mental breakdown
Ah.
from stress caused by being in the group. Okay, that's sad.
Who's Colin again?
Sean Acorn.
Oh
Oh.
my god, is it almost like John Knight and New Kids on
John
the
Knight
Block?
had a similar.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
well, so.
Interesting.
And after watching like the One Direction documentary, they definitely like work them really hard. So I can
Yeah,
understand like
it
the
is
pressure
sad.
and all that stuff. So that
Yeah.
really sucks.
Yeah.
This was not publicly revealed at the time, however, and it was claimed that he was ill from glandular fever instead.
Okay.
Well, you know,
I've
mental
never
health is
heard of
definitely
that glandular fever.
in 2001, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Some sort
It's
of,
like maybe probably they made up something like ligma.
Yeah.
You've heard of
so-
ligma, Shinzia?
Yeah.
I'm clicking on this. It says infectious mononucleosis, also known as glandular fever, is an infection usually caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. Most people are infected as children. I wonder if this is the disease often results in fever and sore throat. I wonder if that's like mono.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Anyways, the Let's Dance video was released. Oh God. With a life-size cardboard cutout standing in for the singer.
Oh my gosh.
What? I have not seen this video, but is it like that awkward? Like, I don't know. At least NSYNC used Wade Robson when Joy Fatone could not dance. It's better
Yikes.
than a cardboard cutout.
Yeah,
Yikes.
that's funny.
I kind of want to look this up right now. 1 second.
No, Shinzia, no.
Okay, we'll look it up later. That's fine. I've lost the page. Okay. Okay. So cardboard and cutout.
sucks,
Jesus
man.
Christ. Wow.
I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Mm.
Okay, I'm sorry. I lost my spot here. Okay. Rumors that he had in fact left the band had to be squashed. Robinson also needed a time temporarily to be with his son, Brennan Reese, who was born premature. The
Oh,
remaining
wow.
3 members, Jay Brown, Abs Love, and Richie Neville, pressed on with heavy promotion for the group's 3rd album and the Let's Dance single. While performing at a concert in Belgium in July, Neville, so it's Richie, tore his tendons in his left foot, putting a halt to all promotions and prompting the group to have a few meetings to rethink their options and the future.
Oh, God.
Let's Dance was released mid-August 2001, however, and became their 3rd UK number 1, holding the top spot for 2 weeks. King Size debuted 2 weeks later at number 3 and went on to achieve gold status. 2 weeks after the release of King Size, the band announced Sean's departure. Richie said in an interview several years later that the band management kept Sean's departure from the band a secret.
Whoa.
So they were not aware that he had left when they filmed the Let's Dance video.
Wow.
That's shady business.
That is definitely shady business.
Yes. September 27, 2001, after a month of serious meetings with record management, the band announced on MTV Select that it would split up after releasing a compilation later that year. The following day, Scott married his fiancée, Carrie Oker, at a ceremony with all of his former bandmates in attendance. Years later, Abs revealed that he was strongly against the idea of splitting up. He described the breakup as feeling something had been taken away from him. On November 19th, a greatest hits album was released with 15 past hits, 2 remixes, and a new song. On November 24th, a double A-side single with Closer to Me and Rock the Party was released in the UK with an animated video. The 2 songs were included on their previous album, King Size, but after Sean's departure, they decided to release the single from the greatest hits album. The album was released in Canada, They experienced success around the world, racking up 3 number 1 hits in the UK, selling an estimated 15 to 20 million copies of the record worldwide, including 7 million of their albums worldwide, 2 million in the States, picking up numerous awards along the way. So that's the first section of them.
Okay.
So 2006 to 2007 is their first reunion. On September 17th, 2006, an announcement was made via Five's official MySpace page.
Yes, MySpace they use for artists now. It's still around, but like they're trying to do more like it's kind of weird. If you look up MySpace now, it's like
Didn't somebody buy it? I feel like JT bought it or somebody.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
I don't know. Tom from MySpace has lots of money.
Yeah.
It's everybody's friend. Anyways, so their MySpace page had a press conference that was to be held at the Scala in central London on September 27th. After a venue change due to a shooting at the Scala, obviously not of them, the conference was moved to Bar Academy, Islington. It was confirmed at the press conference that 4 of the 5 members would be uniting. Sean now being committed to his Sony deal. Five recorded new material for what was to be their 4th studio album, working with Guy Chambers, Swedish producer-songwriter Anders Beg, which I feel like he's done stuff with Backstreet as well, or NSYNC.
Sweden's got the good stuff.
Yep.
French DJs Track Invaders. They also planned to tour in 2007. By January 2007, Five had completed half of their album and were looking to be signed to a record label with the new manager, Richard Beck, who also secured an MTV documentary series called Five, The Revive.
What?
The album was expected to be released within the next few months. On March 8th, 2007 at midnight, Five premiered 1-minute clips of 3 brand new songs that had been on the new album. The songs titled 70 Days, Settle Down, and It's All Good can be heard on the band's official website and also their MySpace page. On May 19th, 2007, only 8 months after reforming and having failed to secure a lucrative enough record deal, Five announced via their website they would no longer be pursuing a comeback. All right, so then they took many years off. 2012 to 2021. Second reunion and Love's departure. In 2012, Sean reunited with the former bandmates to discuss the possibility of a second reunion. Jay initially was willing to take part in the reunion, but the other members preferred to continue as a 4-piece.
Wow.
After the psychological problems caused by him to Sean in the past.
Oh,
so Jay's the one that, okay. The return was announced on October 18th. In 2013, the band took part in the big reunion where they talked about hear my phone going off, but I don't see my phone. Oh God, sorry.
It's okay. I'll jump in. Okay, so let's see here.
Okay. They
Right,
talked about their time together and the difficulties that came with being in a band. They thought about adding a new fifth member, but gave up. Okay. The group auditioned 3 men to become the new member of the band, but in the end, the plan for a fifth member was dropped and 5 decided to continue as a 4-piece.
Okay.
Jay Brown eventually appeared on the big reunion on tour to deny the accusations made by his bandmates in September 2013.
Whoa.
He acknowledged his behavior could have been seen as loud and overbearing, but he denied bullying Sean.
Oof.
On September 16th, 2013, the band picked up the award for Best Music Act on a reality TV show at the National Reality TV Awards. In November and December 2013, 5 embarked on their own tour in the UK and Australia, the 5 Greatest Hits Tour. March 2014, it was rumored that Abs had quit the group, but at the time they denied it.
Oof.
In June 2014, 5 supported Mick Busted, so that is McFly and Busted. It was a British supergroup over there. For 4 dates on their McBusted tour. And later that month, Abs stated that the group's future was uncertain. Abs eventually announced that he had left the group in August 2014 via Twitter without telling the other members beforehand. So, yes. There's a lot of drama in this.
That's definitely a lot of drama.
Wow.
In an interview a few days before the announcement, Abs revealed that he only agreed to reunite with 5 because of financial necessity.
Oh.
And was not happy singing teen songs again. Why do I feel like I remember him doing something with a chicken? Like he had a farm or something? Am I crazy?
He was a little bit of a nut. Yeah.
Yes.
God bless him. I remember there was like a first person like dating simulator.
That was like my favorite thing ever. And I really wish I
Yeah.
could find that. That was
I
so
know.
good. He took you out for Valentine's Day and it was good. Yeah.
It was like a choose your own adventure date. It was really cool.
It was very fun. Okay, so he didn't want to be in fun. He just wanted money and he didn't want to sing.
Which is fair. Like, who wants to work, really? You just want money.
I know.
Okay, well, people actually like it, some of them. In February 2016, 5 released their compilation Keep On Moving, the best of 5, their first release as a trio. In April 2019, the boys announced they would be joined by 911, Damage, and A1 for a tour of the UK called The Boys Are Back in 2020. I do remember this being announced, yes. Robinson, I wonder if that happened because it was in 2020, so...
No,
Probably not.
pandemic.
Or maybe... Do you think it was virtual?
I have no idea.
It could have been in January before everything went.
James Robinson again.
True.
Scott also stated there was no chance of the band's original full lineup returning. He told the Press Association, "It wouldn't be down to us to reach out to Jay and Abs. They've made it very clear they don't want to be in the band."
Oh,
It's like Take That with Jason Orange and Robbie Williams leaving. Who the hell's Jason Orange? I only know Robbie Williams.
yeah.
It still works. The songs are still the same. The tour would be interrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic,
Yeah.
with shows being rescheduled for 2021. All right, we're getting close to the end, guys. We're
Ooh,
coming up to
2021.
present time.
Okay, here we go.
2021 to present, rebranding and time.
Oh.
In late 2020, 5 announced they would be embarking on another Australian Greatest Hits tour in 2021, supported by the Australian pop duo Sister to Sister. I feel like I know that.
I have no idea. Okay.
I have no idea.
There was a song. What's it called?
Sister.
On June 4th, 2021, after a series of hints and posts counting down, 5 unveiled their new logo, cover artwork for Keep On Moving 21 Remix, along with the clip, which they announced was available for pre-order on Apple Music. They also stated to watch their social media accounts for bigger news on June 11th, 2021. On June 11th, the remix was released with the announcement of a new album recorded during the pandemic. On July 26, 2021, 5 announced 2 new singles titled Shangri-La and Making Me Fall that would be available for pre-order on July 31st, then released on all streaming platforms on August 6th. On July 29th, a snippet of each song was posted to their social media accounts. On September 2nd, 5 announced that the album to be called Reset, album to be released around Christmas time. On September 12th, during the Cardiff show, The Boys Are Back tour, they debuted a live rendition of a ballad called Reset, which was released alongside the single Warm Light on October 1st, 2021. In October 2021, Five announced the upcoming album would be called Time, and it was due for release around January 22. The next single from the album would also be called Time, and it would be made available for pre-order October 21st, with the release date of November 26th. In December 2021, an official look of the new album cover was given alongside a pre-save link for their new album. It was released January 28th, 2022. Oh, and just, all right, a year has passed since then, and Wikipedia has not been updated. So there you go. So there's your timeline of when they were there. So they have, so they had four albums. So Five came out in 98, Invincible 99, King Size 2001, and Time 2022. They've done a bunch of headlining tours, and then co-headlining tours, and they were an opening act. And then they have a bunch of awards that they have won. So there you go. So there is Five.
That's wild that there was so much drama in that group.
Yeah, who would have thought?
I just read some of the awards that they won here.
Sure.
Okay, so they won Best Pop Act at the Brit Awards in 2000. Best Reality Show, Best Newcomer. This one is the one that popped out to me. At the Smash Hits Poll Winners Party, Best Haircut was won by Scott Robinson in 97, 98, and 99.
Yeah, Scott had nice hair.
The hair is important.
Hair is Scott's, I think it was like a spiky hair, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was spiky hair. You got it.
So there you go, my friends.
But yeah, I cannot believe the drama.
Yeah, that's too much.
Definitely do not know the drama.
It could have been cool to like hear about it in a book, maybe. Like one of them should write a book. Yeah.
Get on this. What is?
Come on, yeah.
And then didn't we hear in the Jeff Timmons episode of Lance's podcast? Was he on Lance's podcast?
Yeah.
That there was like some sort of beef between 98 Degrees and Five as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
something about a song, like once we didn't want this one song, something like that.
Yeah. So who knew that the bad boys of the boy band world
were actually
lived up to their name of badness?
Yeah, I guess so. Who would have
The
thought
first
it?
album is thebomb.com. Second album was pretty good. I cannot vouch for the other two albums.
Yeah.
I think but at least it wasn't a sophomore slump. Because remember back in the day, you always hear about the sophomore slump.
I've never heard of this term. What does it mean?
So usually, like when you're really popular, and then the second album isn't as good as the first album and doesn't do as well. That's called the sophomore slump.
Sophomore slump. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, they were saying that a lot about Backstreet Boys too. And then they did Millennium, and they were like,
Yeah. Okay.
They're like, at least we didn't do the sophomore slump.
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't have a lot of hits on there, but there's definitely some hits. So
what are you talking about, Jen?
The second album, Sophia's talking about this. So first album, A+. Good job.
All right. Cool.
I don't know. I like Invincible. That's a nice song.
Yes.
It would be cool to see them get therapy together. That would be nice because they need to work.
Could that be a reality show? We could pitch it.
It could be. Yes. I can see Jay being a bit of like a brute. I could totally see it.
I never thought like he would be like psychologically like do that to someone. Like, was he that bad of a person?
A lot. Maybe he was very opinionated. I have no idea. It's a good questions that we do not know the answers to.
Time does heal most wounds. So,
and now with S Club getting back together, the Spice Girls have been doing some stuff. Like maybe the other two might join. Who knows? But
yeah, maybe they might be able to work on it. Who knows?
But is Spice Girls together, or they're just like seeing each other at like a birthday party?
They were supposed to do something for their 25th, I think.
Yeah, they're always supposed
to. Okay. Because I could have sworn Posh was like, yeah, I'm never coming back to this.
Yes.
Okay, I have clicked on the Five website from Wikipedia. Let's see what we got here.
Sorry. I know Spice Girls are not part of this.
You can book them?
It goes to bnmusic-artist.com/5. Booking 5. Look at that. You can book them.
Right,
How much for? How much?
Five booking agent pricing and info provided by artists for private and corporate events.
There's a how much button. Scroll down. Scroll down. How much?
Please send us a request and we'll provide you with the booking information.
Can they come to my house for no reason?
How much does it cost to book 5? Please find a sample of a formal offer letter attached for booking 5 for your event. They will contact the 5 agent manager or representatives on your behalf to inquire about the fee and availability while negotiating the lowest cost on your behalf.
Oh, thank goodness.
Please be advised that the 5 booking price may dramatically change based on where the spokesperson event, wedding, fairs, and festivals, even a shout-out, birthday party, or private concert is located when factoring domestic or international travel. They will be able to help book 5 if the buyer has a budget and they are interested in the event. You know what, though? If I'm not mistaken, I feel like some of them are on Cameo.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Wasn't Abs on Cameo when we checked one time
I
ago?
want to say it was Scott.
There's a Sean, right? Maybe it was Sean.
Oh, I don't think any of those guys are from 5.
There, so let's go with Scott Robinson. And I feel like I wanted to book him at one point, and it was cheap.
There he
It was
is.
like $4 or something. Okay, $61.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Scott.
That's
That's not
weird.
bad.
If
That's
you
some
want a
weird going
business video, he's $675.
Yikes.
You can also do a live video call for $182. Or a text message for $27. I feel like the text message option is so stupid.
Why
What
would
is
I
the
do
point?
that? That's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's dumb.
We might as well just do the video,
So what if I just go 5?
like the $61.
Scott.
I think it's just Scott.
Scott. Go Abs. Nope.
No Abs love. No.
Okay. Sean. Nope.
Nope. These guys. No.
Who else was in the band? Jay Brown. Nope. And
I think we're good.
Jay,
Compared to
A.B., Rich, Sean, and Scott. Rich.
Rich Cronin.
Richie Neville. Rich.
Why did you say Rich Cronin?
Isn't it Rich Cronin?
Okay, so only
Isn't Rich Cronin
gets
died?
Yes, you're right. You're right.
the other guy, which I've totally
Elfo.
forgotten his name already.
My bad.
Scott is
From
the only
heaven.
one.
You got it.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So there you go, guys. I wonder if I can just look up what 5 looks like now.
And then we're gonna wrap up.
Then
Okay.
we're gonna wrap up. Sorry. This is currently what the band allegedly looks like.
Do you think they're keeping 5 because they don't know what to name them with the 3?
Yeah.
5 is not playing near you. Oh,
Oh no.
sad.
Oh
For
no.
shame. For shame.
For shame.
Because how can you say 5 if you're only 3?
Because they originated from
They've
5?
changed the number to the letter F now.
I mean, that is a little
okay.
bit more. Yeah.
This
easier.
looks more
guess.
realistic, what they probably look like now.
That's cute. That's cute. God bless.
There you go.
Okay.
Good
So there you
enough.
go. There you go, 5 fans. That's an update of what happened. It was a lot more than I anticipated, but
Yep.
It was very interesting to hear about all this drama. I never knew this, so that's
Mhm.
cool. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that.
There we
Thank
go. I
you,
feel like we
Wikipedia
learned a lot.
editors.
Well done. All right. Any last minute things to say?
No.
Good.
I got
All
it.
right. Thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.